Well, thank you for having me. Like you said already, that in 1979, I won a scholarship, governmental scholarship from my country to study in Soviet Union. Now they call it Russia, but mostly at this time they call the country Soviet Union. But now, of course, it's gone. And I study because at this time, Guinea had a lot of problems with the Western countries. You know, in 1958, Guinea was the first country to say no to the colonization and the new colonization. And there was a disruption of relationship between Guinea and France and many Western countries. So there was a boycott from France to Guinea because there was 15 countries in West Africa, and Guinea was the only one in Africa, and Guinea was the only one to say no. Then the system collapsed, the empire collapsed, the French empire collapsed, the proposal of a new empire collapsed, and there was a sanctions against Guinea. This is how the only bloc that was open was the Soviet Union, the communist countries. This is how Guinea turned toward the communist country in 1958. So then start building a relationship with all countries, but this problem stood for many years, many decades. So at this time, in 1958, only the Eastern countries, Eastern Bloc, the Soviet Union, for example, Guinea was recognized by a country called Czechoslovakia in 1958, the only country, the first country to the UN, in the UN to recognize Guinea. And this country is gone now. But then Guinea worked with the Eastern Bloc. So they sent a lot of professors to Guinea because there was nothing. The French, they took everything. And they said that every French citizen, even French citizen can lose their citizenship if they stay in Guinea. So this is how they left, and they took everything. And then they left empty pockets, means that no money in the bank, nowhere. So Guinea starts from the beginning and worked with the Soviet Union. This is how they sent a lot of people to Soviet Union. This is how in 1979 I got a scholarship to Soviet Union and to study math and physics. I studied first in Stalingrad for 1 year. Then I went to Rostov-on-Don, close to Ukraine now, and I did my 5 years and got my master's degree in 1985. So then returned to Guinea, but in 1988 I went back to Soviet Union. In 1993 I got my PhD in maths and physics.